A lot of people are trying to get a personal loan that pulls Experian, but they have no idea how to really get it real fast. So in today's conversation, I want to explain certain things that you need to understand so that you are able to get your loan real fast. And so here is the overview. See, the whole thing is, first thing, you need to know the lenders that are pulling Experian. Okay, not all lenders pull Experian, and sometimes when we say these things, people say, well, Chase doesn't pull Experian, they pull Equifax or they pull TransUnion. In today's conversation, I'm giving you lenders that primarily pull Experian, primarily. Sometimes there could be differences depending on your state, depending on your income level or your credit situation. But overall, here are the lenders that pull Experian primarily. So you have Chase, you have American Express National Bank, you have Citibank, you have Wells Fargo, you have Bank of America, you have PNC, you have TD Bank, you have Capital One, you have Fifth Third Bank, you have BMO Harris Bank, you have First Republic Bank, you have M&T Bank, you have Santander Bank, you have First Citizens Bank, you have NBKC Bank, you have TIAA Bank, you have USAA Bank, you have SDCCU. This is a credit union, so San Diego County San Diego County Credit Union. You have American Heritage, another credit union. You have Unified FCU, another credit union. You have NASA Fed Credit Union, Genesis Credit Union, First Tech Credit Union, Andrews Credit Union, Bethpage Credit Union, and Connecta Credit Union. The reason why I'm giving you this list is not exhaustive, of course, but it gives you a clear idea of what the possibilities are. So the next time you're thinking about getting a personal loan that pulls a personal Experian, you got to ask yourself, where do I currently have a relationship? You want to start where you currently have a relationship. So if your bank is in the list that I just gave you, in other words, if your bank actually pulls Experian, then you want to start with your bank. The reason why you want to start with your bank is because they are looking at your transactions. They know how much cash comes into your account. And if you're lucky enough to have direct deposit with them, this will also help you actually boost your chances of loan approval real quick. So this is really important. Let me give you the approach that you need to have in general. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. And so when we talk about applying for a personal loan that pulls Experian, it's important to understand that there are some pieces of documentation that you need to have ready before you apply. As a matter of fact, the Los Angeles Times in a recent article was talking about how important it is to have the right paperwork when applying for a loan. And we love that LA Times articles a lot because what they said was, if you are able to have the right paperwork, you are basically boosting your chances by 38 to 52% of approval. Okay, so before applying for a personal loan that pulls Experian, you want to gather all the documents and information you need along the way. So doing so will allow you to move through each step of the process more efficiently and get your funds as quickly as possible. And that's what you need anyway. So to apply for a personal loan that pulls Experian, you need, in general, 2 forms of personal identification, such as a driver's license, state-issued identification card, military ID, certificate of citizenship, social security card, birth certificates, or passports. Okay, proof of income, such as W-2s, pay stubs, 1099s, bank statements, and tax returns. So this can be your last 2 years of 1040, for example. Okay, and some lenders will ask for an employer's information, including the company name, your manager's name, and the phone number, because they will verify that. And they might ask for proof of residence, such as a utility bill, for example, with your name and address, or a lease agreement, mortgage statement, proof of insurance, auto, home, or rental, a property tax receipts, or a voter registration card. So the bottom line here is that they're just trying to make sure that you are the person you say you are making how much money you say you are making, and that you are living indeed at that specific place. Okay. And one thing I want to say here is that, and this is what we love about the Los Angeles Times, the recent article that I was just talking to you about, what we love is that they said that it's better to reach out first to the bank to make sure that whatever you have, the paperwork you have, actually is in sync with what they're asking for. And you can even go to a branch to get that data. It's even better. So fantastic. So here is the approach you need to have, okay? So now let's talk about the steps you need to follow. And here are the steps. So if you want to get a personal loan that pulls Experian, you have to be very clear about how much you need first, okay? It's really important. And what we want to say here is that you want to run the numbers. I mean, a lot of people are making mistakes about, hey, I want a loan, but you have no idea how much you need. So run the numbers. As a matter of fact, we're not the only one who are saying that. Kiplinger, of all the wonderful magazines, financial magazine, Kiplinger is saying, listen, you want to run the numbers because this helps you have a clear idea of how much you can afford. And they are right. You want to run the numbers. Very important. Like if you want to get, let's say you want to get $25,000 in a personal loan that pulls Experian, can you afford the monthly payments? Because with $25,000 based on the repayment window that the lender is giving you, you might have to pay $800 or $400 or $500, whatever, depending on the repayment window. But you might have a certain amount to pay every month. Can you afford that? Okay. And so this is important. This is the kind of calculus I want you to have before applying for any loan. Run the numbers. Okay. Put things in an Excel spreadsheet. You want to, or if you love envelope budgeting, put things on a piece of paper and run the numbers. And if you are in a relationship, if you have a household, make sure the numbers fits within your household budget. It's not just about you this time. Okay. You have to think about others too. So this is really important. Run the numbers. So after you run the numbers, try to check your credit score. See the whole, Kiplinger was actually talking about the fact that you want to check your credit score every 3 months. We say you want to do this every month. I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, check your credit score. Like you have a lot of free FICO service providers nowadays that offer you free FICO score monitoring. So why don't you just check it as often as possible, okay? But if you are looking for a personal loan that pulls Experian, run the numbers and check your credit score. The reason why you want to check your credit score is to make sure that there's nothing contradictory. Like you are going to apply for a loan, the lender will ask you a couple of data points, and you even if you're making a lot of money, but you have something derogatory on your credit report, this could be detrimental for your application chances, especially if this is not your fault. You don't want to be blamed for something that you're not responsible for, right? Let's say you were a victim of identity theft. You don't want to be blamed for something you're not responsible for. So please check out your credit report from time to time. The third thing you want to do here is to consider your options. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. We're talking about personal loans that pulls Experian, how to get it real fast, okay? And so the thing is that let's say you got to consider your options. I mean, I spoke to you earlier about a constellation of lenders that will pull personal Experian when they are reviewing your account. And the thing is that you got to ask yourself, what are my options? Do you want to go for a credit union? Do you want to go for a traditional bank? Do you want to go for a national bank? Do you want to go for a regional bank? Okay. For example, if you want to go for a national bank, Chase does not offer personal loans anymore. I mean, at least for now. And so when we talk about national banks that offer personal loans, only Citi is doing that. But if you move from national bank, you go into what we call tier 2 banks. The U.S. Bank, the PNC of the world, they offer personal loans, not a problem. Truist does that. BMO does it. Okay. All the second tier banks, they do it. All the banks, second tier banks, they do it. But the first tier banks don't do that. So consider your options. Okay. So do you want to go for a traditional loan, the traditional lender? Do you want to go for an online lender? As a matter of fact, you'll have online lenders. You also have alternative lenders. So you have a bevy of lenders to choose from. Okay. And when we talk about considering your options, think about also whether or not you want to have whether you need a co-signer. Okay. As a matter of fact, we were just doing research, and even the Harvard Business Review was talking lately about the fact that co-signers play an important role when it comes to financing the economy. See here, we're not just talking about personal loans. We're talking also about business loans or personal loans that are applied. Like if you are a sole proprietor and you are applying for a personal loan, then you can use the cash to finance your business. This is where personal loans are important also. And Harvard Business Review is just saying that co-signers are really helping a lot, that part of the economy. So step number 3, you want to consider your options. Number 4, you need to actually choose your loan types. See, the thing is you have a different loan types that you may actually get. If you are looking for loans that pull personal experience, you got to ask yourself, what kind of loan am I looking for? Okay, do I want a debt consolidation loan? Do I want a credit card refinancing loan? Do I want a home improvement loan? Do I want a medical loan? Do I want an emergency loan? Do I want a wedding loan? So what kind of loan am I looking for? And so you got to do that. You got to think about this before even applying. So again, if you are trying to get a personal loan that pulls Experian, run the numbers, check your credit score, consider your options, choose your loan type. Okay, loan type is important, and choosing your loan type will help you a lot also in terms of the terms and conditions that are attached to this specific loan type. All loans are different. So every lender sets their own terms and conditions. So it's really important that you have a clear idea about the loan that you are looking for. Okay, very, very important. The next thing I want you to do here is to shop around for the best personal loan rates. By the way, I want to quickly remind you to this topic. I'm still having a conversation with you about how to get a personal loan that pulls Experian real fast. Okay, so when we talk about shopping around for the best personal loan rates, we are speaking about making sure that you are basically you want to seek pre-qualification first. Because the thing here is that you don't want to go with a lender who's going to charge you like crazy high APRs, and the last thing you know, you end up paying like gazillions of dollars every month on interest. No, avail yourself of the options in the market. See which lenders can be more amenable to you, especially if you have less than stellar credit. You're going to have to do a lot of digging, a lot of researching. Okay. So when we talk about shopping around for the best personal loan rates, we're speaking about you looking for pre-qualifications, if at all possible. And what really happens here is that, when we talk about pre-qualifications, please make sure that the lender has a full disclosure about the rates, about the fees, about whatever charges they're adding on top of the loan amount. Because some lenders will charge you like they have fees. And so this is very important. And so you also what I wanted to say here is that when we talk about shopping around for the best personal loan rates, and when we speak about pre-qualification, we're speaking mostly about the online lenders. You don't have a lot of traditional lenders that have a pre-qual processes. They'll send you like a solicitation in the mail, but they don't have it set up online. Okay, so you just have to wait for it to receive something from them. That's the only way you can know if you pre-qualify or not. Otherwise, you just have to pray and So you just need to shop around for the best personal loan rates. And number 6, I want you to pick a lender and apply. So you've been doing research for a while now, right? You have actually considered your options. You know the loan types that you need. You have shopped around for the best personal loan rates. It's about time you pick the lender and apply. I mean, you can't be just like, doing analysis, paralysis, constantly analyzing, no. Now it's time for you to choose actually the lender that actually is suitable to you. Number 7, you need to provide the necessary documentation. Okay, if you remember earlier, I was just talking to you about the approach. If you want to get an Experian personal loan real fast, even with bad FICO, make sure that you provide the necessary documentation to the lender as soon as possible. Now, you might be asking me, how do I know the necessary documentation? Well, reach out to the lender, because every lender is different when it comes to the eligibility requirements. Right? Some lenders are flexible, others are stricter. So it's really important for you right now to reach out to the lender and ask them what they need. I mean, one lender might ask you to have your latest pay stub, okay, a copy of your driver's license, or proof of residence. And some other lenders will just ask you for your bank statements. Or there you have also lenders who want you to link your bank account to their system, so they know exactly what's happening on your account. So it really depends, okay? And the thing is that lenders nowadays are getting smarter in terms of tracking applicants' financial histories. As a matter of fact, there was a recent report on foxbusiness.com and even Fox Business, the channel. They were talking about the fact that more and more traditional lenders, including banks and credit unions, they're actually following the business model that online lenders have. In other words, they'll ask you to link your account to their system so they can see in real time what's really happening in your account. So gone are the days where banks will rely on bank statements. Nowadays they just want like on paper bank statements. Now they want to look at things live. So they want to see exactly what's happening in your account in terms of cash inflows and cash outflows, in a live manner. So it is what it is. Let me give you a few pro tips before we close to this conversation. And the thing you need to understand here is that if you are trying to get an Experian personal loan real fast, even with bad FICO, there are ways to speed up the process, okay? It's really important for you to really find, like, if you want to get the cash real fast, like within 24 hours or within 48 hours instead of 1 week, there are things you can do. You want to check your credit report before applying. So if you check your credit report before applying, you would have known exactly all the potential problems, if any, that the lender would have uncovered if they decide to actually go through with the process, okay? That way you know exactly how much you know exactly what you were setting yourself against, okay? So check your credit report before applying. You want to pay off debts. I mean, if you have debts and you don't need the loan funds urgently, paying some debt off can raise your credit score and lower your debt to income ratio, which can increase your chances of approval. Because remember, the bottom line is we need to increase your approval odds, right? And so check your credit report before applying. You want to pay off debts, and you also need to talk to your existing financial institution. That's what I said earlier. Like if you are with PNC, you want to start with PNC. If you are with Truist, you want to start with Truist, and so on and so forth. It's just a lot easier to start what you are already known, as opposed to going to an institution where you are completely new. You're completely new, okay? And what we tell our viewers is that you want to have at least one checking account and one savings, one account at a regular bank, and one account at a credit union. That way, you are able to put your eggs in different baskets. We know the credit unions are more amenable to their members. So if you apply for a personal loan at your bank and they don't want to give you the cash, you can actually apply with your credit union. Totally fine. And so you want to get pre-qualified also, okay? And pre-qualification is really important because it helps you gauge your chances of approval, but also like preserve your credit score. And as you're trying to find the best loan for you, consider online lenders, okay? Now, online lenders, most of them, they're fintech lenders, and they do not offer checking accounts as of yet, but it's still possible to actually get a loan from an online lender, even if you don't have a relationship with them, okay? And in some cases, if you are applying at a brick and mortar institution, you can actually pick the loan funds up in person. Okay, this will be a lot faster for you. So overall, I'm just giving you options to speed up the process. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about how to get an Experian loan real fast, even with bad FICO. So I gave you an overview about the whole thing. I explained to you the approach and the steps. Run the numbers, check your credit score, consider your options, choose your loan type, shop around for the best personal loan rates, pick a lender and apply, provide necessary documentation, accept the loan, and start making payments. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.